with Reef, coming to you with, I guess, a product, what I'm putting on my tank. Now, most of this, in fact, I would say 95% of this is from bulk Reef supply. Some of it I had left over from my other tank, but not much. So I'll go ahead and get started, make it quick and skinny on what I'm doing, what I found successful for my last two tanks, and now my third for my 120, where most of them are Planet Aquariums. And no, I'm not sponsored by anybody. Obviously, I have like 45 subscribers, so it's not like I get any money or regardless. So if I'm name dropping, it's by accident, and just letting you know, just being real with you. So anyway, want to get started. Heart and soul of my system would be probably my return pump, which is using the Reef Octopus Octo Aereo 6. It's a DC pump, rated up to, let's see here, this one is the 1720 gallons per hour. I wanted a DC pump, and I heard this one is really good. All the reviews I read, it has a screen for the intake, so there's nothing to get clogged up there, snails, crap like that, so it couldn't do any damage to my impeller. But anyway, one in DC, and also it's Apex ready to be using this with my Apex system that I just got as well. So also follow along the lines of that, got my Apex here. This is the new one with the energy bar, whatever it's called, 12. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, it's the new one. I had that Apex Classic, I guess the gold one, technically from the last iteration of it. Love it. I think that thing saved my life, not my life, but my really money, wallet, many times. So very, very valuable. So I went ahead and took the plunge on this other one. What I'm going to do with this one is, since it doesn't come with the screen like the last one did, I'm going to use actually my little iPad mini and have it displayed on the tank so it'll look real sharp, kind of a nice futuristic effect to the tank. Displaying all the parameters, temperature, you know, alkalinity, but salinity, and other things like that. So it should be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it, so I'm looking forward to getting that out and hooking it all up here pretty soon. So with my power heads, I'm going with the two Ecotech Vortec MP40 quiet drives. I have this on my 90 gallon and my 180. Love these guys. One thing I did learn was to buy a couple additional wet sides for these things. As you know, probably within about a month they get real, I guess, algae with any kind of coralline algae, with any kind of extra food on there. They just look pretty nasty. So what I do is I just take those off when they get real gross, stick them in a day or so of vinegar, and then I put these new ones on there. And whenever I'm ready to get these dirty, I put the old ones on there, and it's all a nice rotation of clean power heads. Plus, if one of them breaks, which I have experience with these, that the magnet explodes on these things, which is not cool. But Ecotech has been very good at replacing these for me. So highly recommend the MP40 quiet drives and additional wet sides for power heads. For checkers, I use a Hanna checker for alkalinity, as well as, where is it at? I have the phosphate checker as well from Hanna. This is going to be awesome for ease of use. But for other ones, I use the Red Sea. As you guys know, this guy was one of the top rated kits. I used Salford as well on my last setup, but towards the end I started using Red Sea, and for me, it was night and day difference. Quit texting me. So I would recommend the Red Sea. This is just the normal kit. I'll probably eventually get the Pro kit. It has a little more durability to it, and also the regions are a little bit less expensive down the road than some of these other disposable ones. So for water clarity, I went with the bulk Reef supply, the deluxe reactor, just for the ROX 8.0. I guess it's 0.8, right? Yeah, 0.8 carbon. I ran that on my 180 and 90, and night and day difference on water clarity, particles floating around. Highly recommend that. Last time I had a 5-gallon bucket of this stuff, it was $200. I use like an eighth of it. So I went ahead and just got the 1 gallon to see how long that'll last me. This one should be about a gallon a cup per every 3 or 4 weeks. So it should last me quite a while, probably over a year just for this 1 gallon. For healthy beneficial bacteria, I'm going with 2 Marine Pure 4x4 blocks here. I use this as well on my 180 and 90. This is so I can do kind of a minimalistic aquascaping. The first tank I did, I had 90 gallons for my 90-gallon tank, and it just looked way too crowded. The typical, against the wall rock work that I didn't really know, had no depth, no kind of contrast. So I'm going to go with the kind of 3-island tier here, or maybe 2 islands with the little center island in the sand. So make something real minimalistic that I can grow my acros on, and some very few LPS and softies in there. Other than that, for hardware and for plumbing, I went ahead with Schedule 80 fixtures here. These are the 2-inch coming outside of my overflow box from Synergy Reef. I'm going to go from 2-inch to 1-inch. So I just want to show you guys these. These are the unions, of course. Highly recommend. I got these kind of from this idea from Ryan from Bulk Reef Supply. These I use on my 180, and these were huge in terms of just making things easy and life just happening versus trying to hard glue everything with hard plumbing. So highly recommend unions wherever you can put them, and of course the Schedule 80s. Also went with the CPEX ball valves. These are the nice ones from Bulk Reef Supply. They're not the cheap ones from your Lowe's or Home Depot. Real easy to twist, There's no issue there. The unions on there are real nice as well. So highly recommend these guys. These are a little pricey, but I think long term, this is going to be a long term take. I know it's only 120, but I've done the 180. I don't think I want to go back just because it's just a lot of work for my schedule. Then I got the Spears gate valve here. This is going to be real nice for my overflow, fine tuning my overflows to make it dead silent. So this is the gate valve. These are real nice. It is fine tuned. So again, Bulk Reef Supply as well for that guy. For my fish, gonna feed them, for my tanks, more specifically the seaweed. I think it's from Ocean Nutrition. I've always used that. Just jumpstart my tank, which right now my rock is being cured. So I put a little bottle of the Biospira in there, and then I'm gonna use 2 of these for my big one. So it should be up and running here. I imagine I'll be ready to have fish pretty soon after I put the rock in there and add water, because I've been curing my rock for a long time now, probably 6 weeks. So it's ready to go. So for my sand, I have quite a few of these bags, but I want to show you the small one just so you know what I'm getting. I'm doing the Carib Sea. I do the Fiji Pink. I like the consistency of the sand. I think it's got a good mixture of small and big. For me, it works. It's pretty. It's nice and white. I mixed with the idea of going with like a black or any kind of, or like some crushed coral. But I love the gobies, the diamond watchman goby, and I like watching them eat the sand, and so does my little boy. So I went with more of the finer sand, and I'm sure with the tank of that size, the MP40s won't bloat around too much. So even in my 90-gallon, this worked out real well for me, even if I had the MP40s on there. So anyway, Fiji Pink, Carib Sea, works great. Highly recommend that. So I kind of want to show you my plumbing as well. I'm going with blue PVC, of course, with the gray. I think it should match my tank beautifully. I have of course, the powder blue, royal blue, powder-coated tank stand. So this color should go real nice with both my sump and my stand. And the gray adds a nice contrast to it as well. So I'm doing 1-inch all around, except for right outside my overflow, going from the 2-inch from there down to the 1s. And should be real nice. I'm excited about that. So I'm going with the blue versus standard white PVC from your local hardware store. I just think it adds a little nicer flair. Plus, if you're going to build this thing from the ground up, might as well do what you want. So to go along with MP40s, I got the WXM module for the Apex. I used this on my last one. This works great. It controls, I think, better than from what I've seen on the Reef Link. It's the same. It's actually about the same price, but I can control everything, and it just works really well. I do not want to spend that much money for the Reef Link that I've heard is pretty off and on in terms of how well it works. Probe rack if I need it from Neptune. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But kind of my little baby here of what I love, what I think is probably the most beneficial growth for my tank that I've seen is the Kessel Grow Light H380. This is for my Chaeto and my sump. This thing works amazing. I mean, I'm not into like, all getting all excited and giddy about a product, but this thing works amazing. So anybody who out there wants to grow Chaeto or anything in their sump, this guy will get it done. I think I've had like a softball size ball of Chaeto, and within 2 weeks, it's probably 4 or 5 times that size. And when I first started out, I just had a white LED light down there, a little clip-on light to my sump, and it took probably a good solid 3-4 months just to get the size of maybe a week of what this guy will do. So I'd like to turn that into a little business too. I sell the Chaeto or turn it into my LFS, and they give me some credit for it, so that actually works really well. So highly recommend. It's a little expensive for a grow light, but even if you don't grow Chaeto, you can grow whatever plants you want. If you're in Colorado, it'll work great for you. So in addition to my T5s, I mentioned this on my light rack build, I'm going with the Kessel 360 WEs, Tuna Blue. It's the wide version of it. I just love the shimmer of the Kessels. These got such amazing reviews, even though they're 4 or 5 years old now. Yeah, 2012, so 5. I just love how these look, what kind of proven results they've had for coral growth. I think this paired with T5s is the best of both worlds. I looked at the AP700 and also the Giesman Aurora, and the Giesman was $2,200 for a 48-inch light bar with LEDs in there, and it's just way too much. So basically I've got about $1,000 in it with 2 lights and the T5 set up, and it's going to be beautiful when this is all going. So in order to control that, you can hook this up to your Apex, and so I got the control cable type 1 from Kessel. Took up to the 0.10V box, as well as the stereo cable to hook those 2 lights up together. And for dosing, I went with the Neptune system, I guess it's called the dose essentially, and the reservoir. I had this on my 180. I think it works fantastic. I thought about doing a 3-tier system for alkalinity, calcium, and then magnesium, but as rare as I dose magnesium, I went ahead and just stuck with the 2-barrel system here, and just went ahead with a 2-head dosing system. I think it's worked great for me in the past. I think it's going to do great this time. Highly recommend it. The pump can be a little bit loud, I do admit. I noticed that, but that's, as much as it doesn't go off when I'm not here, it's pretty negligible negative effects. But other than that, like I showed you before, I got the Trigger Systems 39 Sapphire sump, as well as the Trigger auto top off, and I think this will work fantastic for my application, what I want to go with here. So I kind of want to give you an idea of what I'm doing with my tank, kind of how I'm going to be doing it. It's whatever you want to do. This is just what I've learned, and I know that a lot of times people have different opinions on what should be done and this and that and this and that, but you know what? Whatever works for you, that's all that matters, and it's your money. All that matters is you enjoy the hobby, and just to keep it alive, and just to take care of your animals, and take care of your corals, and hopefully you have a lot of fun with it. So that's all I have for right now for my equipment list here. I think next time I'll come back to you whenever I have this stuff up and going, and I'll have it hooked up to the tank and the tank running. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, and kind of some ideas of what you want to do, guys. Go have fun and happy reefing. Thanks.